was just thinking this morning about this, what we call the structure of our houses and whatnot, in a curative state. When I say curative, I mean doing something constructive wherever we happen to be, even if you are in a trailer.
Right.
Look at that trailer and say, now, let's see, I have a 3-bedroom trailer here, if I'm fortunate enough to have a 3-bedroom trailer, and that area that you call the living room. See, let's look at the words and whatnot. The living room. What is that designed for? Well, we have a dining room or a dinette room, where we eat. That nourishes the body, okay? And then we have bedrooms where we nourish the body by sleeping. In other words, we rest the body there. So you go from resting in the bedroom, then you go to the dining room where you nourish the body with physical food, but then you go to the living room. And what do you mean by living? What's in there? Well, you have couches, and you usually, as a centerpiece in the living room, have what? A television. So let's look at the structure of what we call the living room. And why not think in terms of just changing the name of that room? And this morning I was thinking maybe the room should be called the Ingenuity room among black people. The Ingenuity room, not the living room. That's too abstract, because you're supposed to be living in any room that you're in. But what does that mean? So let's specify. The so-called living room is now the Ingenuity room, meaning what? You use your imagination to come up with constructive ideas, to get constructive results. Mm-hmm. And when you're sitting there, you just start sitting there eating popcorn on the couch and looking at the television set blankly, hoping that something is there that you can laugh at or something like that. But, hey, even if you're looking at television, think in terms of ingenuity. Is there anything on this set where I can learn something of value, where my mind will be stimulated to do something of constructive value, come up with some type of invention? Because that's what ingenuity is about. This is the invention room. See, we just don't come in here just to hang out. When people come to visit, which should be rare, by the way, and they take up their positions on the couches and whatnot, then we sit around and talk about constructive things, because this is the Ingenuity room. That's what we come here for. Everything that goes on in here is not just laughing and joking and high-fiving and whatnot. No. In this room, we come here to talk about how to solve problems. This is the Ingenuity room. Just like going into a room where people have drafting boards and maps on the wall and all like that, and different scientific advices. Hey, this is the Ingenuity room, almost like a science room, like a classroom. That's what this is. And everywhere on the planet, be it ever so humble, a little tin shack in Johannesburg, whatever that little area is where people come after they have their sleep, which is the bedroom, or in the kitchen, which is where they prepare food for the body. Food for the body, that's physical food to nourish the body, to build up your physical strength. But then this so-called living room or family room or sitting room or so-called recreational room that some people have in their houses, say these are Ingenuity rooms, every last one of them. We're going to use this little space that we're allowed to have to come up with ideas about problem solving. When we enter these rooms, that's where our minds go. And I think that would be an improvement.